Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Motivate with VJ. And to this another glorious Saturday morning. I hope all is well, man. And to another grand day, another beautiful day. Great things is coming today in my world, your world, families, everyone. Great things today. That's what this podcast is all about. Just achieving greatness, achieving great things, positivity. So, and I just want to speak on a few things that I was really thinking about last night and early this morning, and just a few points that that some people, we tend to fall into negative thinking, or we're in negative environments, and then the moment you um leave those environments behind, or you push yourselves past those environments, you realize that whether it's a job, relationship, um marriage, whatever it may be, whatever the situation may be, once you I want to speak on what happens once you exit from those situations. And me personally, I've seen it that people that I've known on my current job, or people that I've known in past jobs, and you just pay attention and you watch. And when people when people leave toxic environments or bad environments, or remove themselves from negative thinking or negativity in general, a few things tend to happen, and great things tend to happen. And I wanted to touch on those topics a little bit, and so I just want to speak on those things, man. And first of all, point number one, whenever you start thinking positive, you feel positive, you're just more happy in general. You're more happy in general. You think more positive, and you're just more welcoming. You realize that positive people are just happy people. Not saying that they're the richest or the wealthiest. They're just genuinely happy because they're positive. They welcome positivity from the world. The world brings them positivity, and vice versa. It goes that way. Just like negative people bring negativity into the world, and just like that saying, misery loves company, and no one wants that. No one wants to be miserable and sad and depressed. And I know from even personally, me being sad and down and out, it's you got to push through that, and it sucks. It really does suck, but we got to try to just push through that and eliminate that negativity in our lives, and just try to block it out and focus on the positives. It's hard sometimes, but let's just push forward, because when you think positive and when you feel positivity, positive things happen. It happened. And it's such a glorious feeling, because when you're happier, like I said, you just feel more happy. And then, not to mention, once you leave that negativity behind, point number two is you're much more creative. I'm going to say it again. You're much more creative. Whether it's a job, marriage, relationship, whatever the situation is. I've seen people personally that, whether they quit the job or they got fired, whatever it may be, the job was holding them back more so because of how negative and how depressing and how sad it was. But the moment the moment they leave that, here they are starting businesses. They're trying other ventures. They're finally, they could be artists. They're finally selling their drawings. They started as a hobby, and they made it to a career. Some of them started online bakery shops, online stores, and guess what? They're more happier than ever. So when you're happier, you're just genuinely more creative. You want to do more. You want to try new things. You're more adventurous, and that's just eliminating that negativity in our lives. And that's what we need to work on. Is if something's holding you back and it's genuinely you hate it, then let's not do it. And it could be hard sometimes. It could be scary, but you don't know what's on that other side. You don't know what's on that other side, and that alone right there can be a million different things. And even for myself, including regarding just starting this podcast and just starting out, you know, um, it's I love to talk. I love to speak. So as much as I have what I do in my current job, but I love to speak. So I'm going to speak to the world. I want to speak to people. I want to help people. I want to uplift people. And I like going back and forth. I like talking, interacting with people. So you do something you love. You do something you love. And then plus, like I said, once you're more happier, you feel more energy. Point number three, you feel more energetic. You want to do more. Working out. It could be things around the house. It can be, you want to do more things outside. Be more adventurous. and you feel more energetic. Your body, I feel like you can take on the world when you're positive. When you don't have that negativity holding you down, you know, I've seen people didn't have jobs, but they're happier. They're much more happier, and it's when you're positive, you just have a feeling that everything's gonna work out for you. You feel everything's gonna work out for you, and that's the way it is, And so, but you just want to seek out just new people and new things, and you just want to be adventurous, and it just you just like, oh, it's like a oh my god moment. It's just like, oh my god, I'm welcoming everything. And point number 4, you just receive everything from the world. You receive new things, new ideas. You meet new people you never thought you was going to meet before. And it's just so, again, let's cut out the negativity. Let's try our best to cut out the negativity. If you can, if it's holding you back, if it's draining you, because negativity, it latches on to you and it festers, and it grows and it can possibly consume you. And let's not do that. We don't want negativity in our lives. We don't want people try to bring it. We're not doing it. We're not doing that today. We're not doing that tomorrow. We're not doing that next month or next year. So it just let's be positive. Let's be the change, and let's meet new people, new things, and let's just grow. Let's grow together. Me, you, and I both. Let's grow together. Plain and simple, and I'm a regular person just like you're a regular person. So I'm speaking just like, I will talk to somebody else personally, one of my friends. It's time to just open our eyes, open our hearts, open our minds, and just breathe in, breathe out, and just take on the world and just be open and take that chance, take that leap of faith, and just eliminate all the old negative thoughts, all the old negative people. And sometimes, I hate to say it, friends and family. And let's just be positive. Let's be positive. And just let's take on everything. And let's be the best version of ourselves. And, on the back end, let's do what we love to do. I'm going to wrap this up, but let's do what we love to do. And a lot of times, some of us is sucked into negative situations for financial reasons, for relationships, whatever it may be. But in regard to the financial aspect, let's do what we love to do. And I've seen something and I heard things, and from me reading and studying, it says, do what you love and you can find a way to make money from it. But you're doing it because it makes you happy. And that's the part that can be quite scary and hard at times. But at the same time, we have to realize that, nothing is worth being miserable and being upset and being, in a negative environment, or feeling negative and feeling down and feeling depressed. Nothing is worth that. And I'm saying that from personal experience. And I'm working on that currently myself, So, like I said before, I love to talk. I love to interact with people. And that's always been a goal of mine, to help people, to talk to people, to interact with people. And even my current job and even my current situation, I want to go interact and help and be there and help each other. So that's what I want to do. And even with this, I can reach people beyond my physical reach, right? So, and I'm pretty good at talking to people, interacting. I'm a conversationalist. So, do what you love to do, and do it because you love it. And everything else is going to work out because you're passionate about it. I'm not saying just the whole game, go and quit your job. I'm not saying, but whatever it is you love to do, ignore what people say you can't do. Ignore what people say, oh, that's not going to work out. That's not going to. Do what you love to do. Like I said, you being positive, cut out the negativity. You having that extra energy. You feeling positive. You feeling energetic. You feeling like, oh, okay, I can do this. I want to go for it. Do it. If you're feeling that way, do it. Just go ahead and do it. Just do it, because if you're feeling positive about something, if you're feeling passionate about something, then you should go ahead and do that. Because in your heart, in your mind, and if you believe in God, or if you believe in, hey, go for it. They're telling you go for it, do it. If that makes you happy, go ahead and just go ahead and do it. And that's what truly matters. Whatever makes you happy, do what makes you happy, and the money will follow. And like I said, that's something I'm learning. That's something that we all should learn. And that's something that's, it can be quite hard at times. It's scary, again. But, we all have a purpose in this world. We all have a reason for being here. And sometimes we need that little extra boost. Sometimes we need that, that extra voice. We need that extra, push, that little shove. We need that. We need that positive reinforcement. We need that. And so, but if you're thinking that, if you firmly, if it's something that you really believe that you see yourself doing and enjoy doing, go for it. Go for it. Do it. Just go ahead. Don't stop. Push forward. And so, we'll wrap this up. And that's all pretty much I want to talk about today. Those 5 points. And, so like I said, let today be a blessed day. Let today be a grand day. And, we're going to focus on, myself included, going to focus on these points. I'm going to dwell on them, think about, and I'm fully push forward. I'm going to push forward. We're going to push forward together. Let's push forward. Let's have a great day. Let's have an awesome day. And, let's just be the best version of ourselves. And, yesterday is gone. That's the past. We not worry about yesterday. Today is a new day. Okay. Love y'all. Peace.